Welcome guys to another video for Italian for Americans. Today we're gonna see something cultural together. In this channel I also want to share some things that are related to the Italian culture. And today specifically we are gonna see 5 Italian stereotypes. And we're gonna discover if they are true or not. The first stereotype is that Italians can't live without pasta. Pasta is the way we pronounce it in Italian. And let's start by saying that there are many types of pasta. There are actually more or less 350 types and shapes of pasta. So you can really imagine that it is a big part of our culture. And I can confess that yes, most Italians cannot live without pasta. It's really part of our daily life, weekly life, and even myself, when I go to see my mom or my grandma or we go to a restaurant, very often we eat some kind of pasta, and different types also, like with different sauces and all homemade, while the pasta, of course, most of the time is bought from the supermarket. And there is a famous brand in Italy which is called Barilla, and this is one of the most renowned and utilized. And when you want your pasta not overcooked, you can say, I want my pasta al dente, pasta al dente. And dente means tooth. The second stereotype is that Italians speak with their hands and yell, "Dove vai? Oh, bella!" Yes, this is not actually a false stereotype, because I'm gonna tell you a little story. The other day I was looking outside the window and I was like, what are those guys doing on the street? Like, there was a lady and an old man, and it seemed that they were barking at each other. They were screaming at each other. They were like, I was telling my wife, who's Brazilian, what are those guys doing there in a street? Are they like yelling at each other, or are they angry at each other? And I don't know, it was just they were normally talking to each other, and it really seemed, with all the movements of the hands and the way they were expressing themselves, that they were definitely angry at each other. And they weren't. They were normally talking in the street, and they were talking loudly. So this is a stereotype that many times is true. Even my dad, he talks very loudly, and I hate that, because I love tranquility and being quiet without too many noises. And they do speak very loudly. Both my mom, my dad, and my grandma as well, they speak loudly. My brother, depending on the moments, but yes. I think this is true. Italians use a lot their hands, and they speak loudly many times. Then number 3 is Italians are passionate about soccer. This is very true as well. If you're gonna pick up a newspaper in Italy about sports, you're gonna quickly see that 90% of the newspaper is actually talking about football. And the most famous teams in Italy are Juventus, which is the club in Turin. There is actually also the club called Torino. So there is Torino and Juventus in Turin. Then we have Milan, from Milan, so AC Milan. Then there is Roma, from, of course, the city of Rome. Napoli, which is from Naples. So there are definitely many teams in Italy that are recognized worldwide talking about soccer or football. We call it calcio here in Italy. And this is again true. It's not a stereotype. We love football, we love soccer, and I played it in my life. Most of my friends played it, in the past. I must say that I miss playing soccer, so I would play it even now more. If it would be easy for me right now to go play, I would definitely play more. But yes, culturally we love football, we follow it on TV, and it's the most played sport by Italian young men. Number 4 is Italians love coffee, and again, this is true. I myself drink at least 1 cup per day. I used to drink 1 in the morning, 1 after lunch, and if I go out, of course, in restaurants, etc., I usually drink 1 caffè macchiato, which means coffee with a little bit of milk inside, and you can have it with the cold milk or hot milk. It's not uncommon for the waiter to ask you, do you want it macchiato caldo or macchiato freddo, which is macchiato hot or cold. This is the coffee I prefer. Then you can drink it adding some kinds of alcohol inside, and you can take it short or long. There are so many ways to drink coffee. And most Italians, though, they just drink it in their home in the morning. They make it with the mocha pot. It's definitely part of our culture. And I also was reading the story of Starbucks, and I saw that the founder of Starbucks actually got inspired by this culture that we have in Italy about coffee, and he decided then to try to bring it to the US. And yes, there is definitely what he was mentioning in his book in Italy. This kind of culture also of people, old people as well, that go to the bar and drink their coffee standing, and then they play cards with their friends. And my grandpa used to do that a lot. And my grandma drinks coffee with her friends when they come visit her, which is harder now with the coronavirus, of course, because they are scared, so they don't move much, and they miss that a lot, this fact of drinking coffee together. But if the question is, Italians do love coffee, is it true? Is it true that we drink it so much and it's so much part of our culture? The answer is yes. So the 5th is Italians swear a lot, and this is true again. So when you will be in Italy, you will hear a lot of people cursing with the common swears. We talked about some of them in a video I made in the past about Italian words to swear in Italian, but I wouldn't suggest you use them, okay? It's very easy for a foreigner to come off as very impolite and very not well-mannered. So I would suggest you learn them so you can understand them, but don't try to use them too much, because it's not nice. It's not nice. It's I always say it's useful to know these kind of words in another language, but it's not ideal to really want to use them at all costs. You can one or two, the most used one, learn them and use them with friends. It can be funny, it can be conversational, it can be nice, but really dose them in a way that is not too much and that you're careful to use them in the right situation. Okay guys, so this is it for this tiny video about the 5 stereotypes. Let me know in the comments if you appreciate these kind of videos. I read some comments from some of you that I appreciate, that were telling me also to do more things also in Italian, to try to use more Italian in my videos, and that's exactly what I want to do in the future. But the key is for you to really get to know the key basic words and sentences that you can learn with the videos I'm providing on this channel for free, or also you can check in the description for a link to our tiny beginner course, which is Italian for beginners. That's gonna help you get the basics down so that then you can move forward with my content in Italian, all in Italian, and with our complete program or the videos that I make on my other channel, which is all in Italian, which is called Italiano Automatico. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment to say hello, and you can subscribe for weekly, monthly videos on this channel. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you for watching.